Happy Thursday, guys. Oofsky here, and you know we've got another Gunpla review. The Gundam Vual today. High grade, of course, because, well, IBO just doesn't have really any master grades, which is a shame because I would do unspeakable things for a Kimaris Trooper master grade. But hey, we got a third master grade Zeta Gundam coming out. I'm actually pretty excited for that one, to be honest. All things aside, this kit was actually requested by one of my subscribers, Kimaris Vidar. If you're still out there watching, thanks for watching. Haven't heard from you in a while, bud. Hope you're doing well. So we're going to build it, because I'm trying to be better about this kind of stuff. Flipping it over, looks like he's got a hammer, which is pretty cool. I love this black and gray and purple. I think the design and the colors work really well. As with all IBO kits, we got a really exaggerated silhouette. Looks like should be interesting. I hope it's sturdy. This man's got some drip. Look at those sneakers. I don't think Yeezy made them, but they do look good. And we even got a cool little glaive to reproduce his manga first appearance. All in all, this guy looks pretty sick. Looks like we've got some universal Gundam frame as always, so we can flip-flop all the different parts. Should be pretty neat, and y'all already know that I got more than enough Gundam pieces to splice and do surgery on these bad boys with, so let's just build it and find out. Ow. Not too many stickers, looks like. That's pretty cool. I know, like, the Asmodee had a ton of stickers. Let's get into it.
Making its debut in the Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Gecko manga. What a mouthful, right? The Gundam Vual is the 47th of 72 Gundam frames produced by Gjallarhorn during the height of the Calamity War. This is apt, as Vual is actually the 47th Duke of Hell in the Ars Gotia from the Lesser Key of Solomon. Now, 300 years after the events of the Calamity War ended, the Gundam Vual was found by Rosario Leone in the wreckage of a colony near a power conduit. At this point in its abandonment, the Gundam Vual was completely stripped of all its armor and left for scrap, so Rosario Leone recovered it in secret. Definitely given some Destiny Astray vibes here, am I right? And he became the new owner. Now, during the internal schism of the Tanto Tempo, Rosario, with aid from Gjallarhorn's Vil Clausen, used armor from the Gundam Astaroth Origin to outfit the nearly armorless Vual. Now, the Gundam Vual has two shields, as you can see, and while this is a bit of a matter of happenstance, as he just kind of needed something, because without those shields, you can see the top of the mobile suit is really pretty thin on the armaments, while it's much thicker on the bottom. This worked out in his favor because the smaller shield on the left arm allowed for much more mobility, so he could still swing around these unwieldy weapons like his glaive and his hammer, while that right shield had some offensive spines on it, and that allowed, when he got up and close and personal, as things tend to go in IBO, you can use it as a last-ditch weapon as well.
Now, friends, it's that time where we talk about articulations and, like, my gripes and anything else I want to, and unfortunately, we just kind of have to say it right out of the gate. The Gundam Vual has the same shortcomings that all the other IBO kits do. I mean, we got looseness. See, this is the same Gundam frame as everything else. This chest piece likes to come off. Never seen that chest issue before. So, you know, at least they're giving us some variance in the inadequacy of the frame. Big heckin' overcompensating weapons. You know, this is nothing new for IBO fans. We stand an overcompensating king. However, he just can't, like, support him very well. We'll try to get a little bit of this action for you. It just doesn't, you know, he's limp-wristed. He can't hold an iced coffee and gesture at people in parking and do everything else that he needs to, and hold this giant axe. He holds it pretty okay right now. You know, you can definitely give them an iconic one of these. That's probably going to be more or less what the thumbnail photo is going to be after all. Looseness. The sticker choices are strange on this kit as well, and that's also nothing new with IBO. We got all this real estate right here for stickers. Nothing. However, that does mean if you want to come in with some water slides or some freehand painting, this is a beautiful swath of land ready for you to do that with. Although we got 7 stickers on the inside of this shield for whatever nonsensical reason. It does pose well. It does look beautiful. This has one of the most interesting heads I've built for an IBO kit. Lots of nice parts. Not the best like movement because you have this white part of the collar that really locks it in from getting to like really look up or down all that much. But who cares? He's got a hammer. He's going to smack you with it. One big sticker here too. I don't know why some of this couldn't just be light colored. We got a couple colors in here. I feel like we could have just done something different here and like forwent this giant sticker. The backpack does swivel as well a little bit, so you have the booster actually going, and we got the non-standard legs. Now the cool thing about these non-standard asymmetrical legs is that you get an extra runner that has these really cool foot parts, except molded in black. And since this is the standard high-grade Gundam frame that uses the little ring with the curve for the foot part, that means that they should be pretty universal all in all. So we'll take our nice little stack of expected little arm bits and everything else that you've got. Tons of these things from IBO kits, but now you've got drip. Why aren't the Vual's shoes ever brought up when we talk about anime drip? We've got Goku wearing Supreme in almost every one of these nonsensical videos, but never the Gundam Vual's awesome shoes. And now you've got these awesome universal shoes, extra parts you can put on anything else. Normally, feet this nice are hidden behind a paywall, and while I guess there is a bit of a paywall because you have to go out and buy this handsome little man, I'm showing them to you for free on my YouTube channel, so you're welcome. These complaints aside, the rule of cool is law, and the Gundam Vual is honestly one of my new favorite Iron-Blooded Orphans kits, because this kit is just so sharp. It's so edgy. Oh, it's so fragile. And it just looks stunning. The purple and black and dark gray color scheme comes together really well. He's got lots of nice exaggerated silhouettes, which we've come to expect from IBO, along with these giant weapons. Truly S-tier high-grade Gundam Vual. It's where I'm going to put him. He is awesome. Speaking of awesome things, you can get awesome deals over at leapingpandahobbies.com. That's right, leapingpandahobbies.com, where you can use my promo code EGGHEAD for 10% off your entire order. No matter what you're buying. IBO kits, check. The Casualties of Warehouse, dented kits that aren't really that beaten up, you can get them for an extra deal just because the panda is generous. And who can forget about the world-renowned Private Warehouse section, where you can get really cool third-party kits of some of the wildest stuff you've ever seen. It's always a treasure hunt getting on there. And you can use a promo code that's just a joke about me being bald and get 10% off your entire order, no matter what it is you want. I heard a rumor from a little panda that the Leagues of Votan Warhammer boxes are going to be on sale. Sure, they just got nerfed, but we're not nerfing the discounts. 10% off everything. If you only want Games Workshop, use promo code GW for 20% off your entire purchase. If you guys want to hear something funny that might make you cringe a little, since the joke and like the whole shtick is that I'm bald and review robots, I shaved my head this morning and went to work, and well, and I guess I had a little bit on my head that was still a little fresh, so I put my bonnet and my headgear on, and I tightened it up and tied my mask over it, and that little raw spot on my head like healed to the bonnet. So 4 hours later, when I went out to eat my evening meal, I took my bonnet off real fast, and I felt a little bit of resistance and a tear, and I guess the scab kind of scabbed like into the bonnet, so I tore it open, and someone said, "Your head's bleeding. I was like, huh, very cool. So then I had to just like take a nice alcohol wipe and, you know, wipe off my bald head. And I got to tell you, that felt really great, but not as great as the savings that you can get over at leapingpandahobbies.com. You might as well get the discount for hearing me tell you these wild stories about my really an interesting life. I'm not that interesting, but I know I have a lot of cool people in my comments sections. Speaking of which, what have you guys been working on? Some of you have been working on for quite a while, and I even see some of you guys in the adjacent like Reddit, Twitter spheres working on some really cool stuff. What's going on behind the scenes, or how are you guys doing as people? You know, I don't think we ask that and really mean it enough in our day-to-day conversations. If you're new to the channel, why don't you consider liking and subscribing? It's free. It really helps me out. Once we get to 500, I get the community tab. You guys get to vote for a P Bandai kit that I'll build. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and you know I'll see you later this week with another review.